My name's Duddy, set up builds and stuff. Today's video is just going to give you a heads up on some little builds and combos that are going to make your brand new weapons go absolutely crazy. We're going to be featuring the new Wave Frame Solar Sword, absolutely fantastic, and the brand new Stasis Rapid Fire Slug Shotgun. I'm going to be showing you a couple of exotic combos that make these weapons absolutely brilliant. They're already really good, so stay tuned, I'll break it down. We'll start off with the new archetype, the Trachinus. This is a stasis shotgun. It's a rapid fire slug. This is the first of its kind. It's got loads of different roles on there. The one I really like at the moment is Rapid Hit. Rapid Hit is going to improve your, increase your stability and reload speed. When you hit precision shots, it pairs up perfectly with the precision instrument. Dealing sustained damage significantly improves precision damage. Them two are just a really good combo. It's also got a couple of nice origin traits on this one as well. It's got tenacity. This stacks up to 20% extra damage. And we've also got the mighty Vice Stinger. Vice Stinger is free reloads. This will just give you a free reload every so often. So obviously the first thing I did when I got hold of this was just go give it a little test, see how it feels. Feels pretty nice, very rapid fire. And I've also discovered a little bug possibly with this as well, with the assault mag, which we'll go into in a moment. But just for now, it feels pretty nice. Just again, I've just shown you a few little clips of it, just sort of showing how it feels. It feels pretty nice. It's a bit sort of hard to sort of keep under control. This is why I like rapid hit. If you don't keep getting them sort of rapid hits, you're going to basically spam your shots all over left, right and centre because it is that fast firing. However, I did notice on the magazines there is sort of a discrepancy there, because if you look at the light mag, you'll see it's dropped down to 90 rounds per minute. Now, light mag is 90 rounds per minute on the shotgun, and if you switch to the assault mag, it goes up to 140 rounds per minute. Now, I've got a few assault mag weapons in my vault, shotguns, and it does not improve it but by that much. It's only plus 10 on other weapons. For example, this one I pulled out my vault, rounds per minute 80 with the extended mag, and if you look on that bottom right again, you're going to see that rounds per minute go up to 90. So the Trachinus is actually getting 140. Now I'm not sure if that's a bug or is it because it is a rapid fire double shot. I'm not sure, but it is quite noticeable. Again, this is why I like rapid hit on this shotgun, the Trachinus, just because it'll help you keep them shots under control. Especially with precision instrument, you're going to use it for damage. Now, while we are on the subject of damage, there is an absolutely perfect exotic for this on a warlock, in my opinion. It's called the mighty Balados Wrathweavers. I've done loads of videos on this. Basically, whenever you use your Frost Pulse with your Rift on the Stasis subclass, it's going to give you a ×2 weapon surge, as long as you pair it up with your Frost Pulse. Now, a ×2 Stasis weapon surge ×2 is 17% for your Stasis weapons. So basically, that with your Precision Instrument, it already starts you off. Now, Precision Instrument will ramp up to 30%, but if you've got Balados on, you're getting a 17% straight away. But you'll also notice on that bottom left, I've also got a Stasis weapon boost as well as the Stasis weapon boost. So there's two. Now, if you run Glacial Harvest, every time you freeze something, you're going to create a Stasis Shards, and then you'll be able to pick these up for Frost Armor and things like that. But the Elemental Overdrive on the Seasonal Artifact pack will give you an additional 10% every time you pick up an Elemental pickup. So all you're doing basically is putting your Balados down, you're getting 17% straight off the bat, and because you're freezing an enemy, you're also picking up a Stasis Shard, which is giving you 10%. So you'll see there, ×2 Stasis Weapon Boost, and then another one at the bottom. So you're actually getting a 27% damage increase, which is absolutely nuts. To start off your Precision Instrument, before you even start shooting your Precision Instrument and ramping that up, you're getting 27%, which is absolutely massive. And of course, with Balados, it also gives you ×8 Frost Armor. Absolutely chronically underrated exotic. Criminal people don't use this exotic. It is so good. The other thing that Balados does as well is every time you use your super and you come out of that super, it will instantaneously also grant you a ×8 Frost Armor, and it gives you a ×4 weapon stage for your Stasis weapons. So you actually get 25% for 10 seconds, plus your elemental pickup. So you actually get 35% damage increase every time you come out with your super. And once you've got that going, it is really, really nice damage. I haven't had time to mess around with it too much in pinnacle stuff or in mythic or anything like that, because I only got the weapons last night, but it's going to be good. I'm going to work on this the next couple of days. What you could do as an added bonus is run a Bushido gear set with Ballon d'Ors as well, because you're going to get healing and extra resist for shotgun kills. That paired up with your Ballon d'Ors and frost armor and all that extra damage, it is an absolutely cracked little combo. I highly suggest you get on that. Really, really good. Again, I'm going to be testing this out on some DPS situations as well with certain dungeon bosses and things like that. But just running it a couple of times last night, briefly, it felt super, super strong. What I'll do is I'll leave a dim link for this particular build. I'll also leave a more detailed video on Ballon d'Ors in the comment section. Now, that's the shotgun covered. We're going to take a look at this brand new waveframe solar sword. This feels absolutely amazing. I love waveframe swords. And a solar one, the movement on it is really, really nice. Look at that. Just movement on its own, it's absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to do with this is show you some of the rolls that I got last night. I'm probably going to farm a few more up, but I'm quite happy with the ones I've got. We'll start off with the, obvious one was attrition orbs. Now, if you've got attrition orbs, don't forget swords got buffed and attrition orbs. That little combo got buffed. Dealing sustained damage creates a slightly improved orb of power. You've also got eager edge on this one. There is all different types of rolls like bed and ambition, but that for 3 orbs and a bit of extra movement is a solid little roll. So with attrition orbs, like I said, they got buffed at the beginning of this Edge of Fate. You're going to be able to create pretty much infinite orbs of power just by landing 3 light attacks, a heavy attack, and you can create an orb of power at will. Really, really nice little combo. The other one I like to run with this one is Sharp Harvest. Landed 3 light attacks within an improved short time. Grants special ammo. That is a really underrated perk. And then you've got Burning Ambition, which is another really solid perk. So basically we're going to be able to Scorch Ignite and get 3 special ammo on this particular roll. So for example, you've got your brand new Stasis Shotgun running a bit low of ammo. You get your brand new Waveframe Solar Sword out. And with that Harvest perk, you can literally fill your shotgun back up, or any other special weapon. You'll see there, I'm just getting like 2 ammo, 2 ammo, 2 ammo every time you land 3 light attacks. So it's a very underrated perk. And if you've got both of these weapons with that rule, you set, you've got 3 special ammo, Burning Ambition for your Scorching Ignitions, an all-round excellent perk combination. The other one I really like is Relentless Strikes, landing 3 light attacks within an improved short duration, grants sword ammo. So with this roll you can also get sword ammo, and you've got Surrounding on there, which I believe is 40% on swords. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this is just a really nice combo. Surrounded is probably my go-to perk for swords anyway. I love Surrounded because you're going to be using it when you're surrounded, mainly, unless you're doing DPS, but more often than not you're going to be using it while you're surrounded. And once you've got your Surrounded procs and your tenacity going as well, don't forget, it's absolutely wrecking things. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can go with this particular sort of sword, but the one I really like with this one is the Mighty Precious Scars. Final blows with weapons from a damage type matching your super create a burst of healing that grants you and your allies restoration. So it's really, really good just for that extra bit of healing. Adding your Lustrous Armor set, Rapid Solar Final Blows Helio. That is just an absolutely perfect combination. It basically just buffs out your Precious Scars healing, your Lustrous, obviously your sword solar, so you're going to get your solar healing from your Precious Scars, and you're going to proc that Lustrous as well from your sword and all your other abilities. Again, something I'm going to be working on these next couple of days. Both of these builds that you've seen, briefly, I'm going to sort of like do a more in-depth guide on these, or an in-depth sort of build, and try them out in some harder activities. Of course, on the Solar Titan, you've got the Sol Invictus for extra healing. Sunspots are going to apply Scorch and give you restoration and your teammates. So it's just a really nice little combo. Loads of extra damage on that sword with Surrounded Tenacity. You probably see loads of God Roll videos. This is the God Roll, this is the God Roll. But like I say in most of my videos, whenever I do weapon reviews, God rolls are what you prefer. These are my God rolls specifically. You may have a different opinion, but when I think of a roll of a sword or a shotgun or something like that, I automatically think of an exotic that'll pair nicely with it, and these are my two God rolls. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll leave both dim links in the video description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.